What's good guys, and welcome back to the channel. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually sat down and filmed a video. In this video, I'll be talking about what I'm actually going to be wearing in the summertime, showing you my summer sneaker rotation. You guys seem to like the similar video I dropped back in the spring, so let's make this a series. Some of the shoes that I'll be showing you in this video I just recently picked up and I still haven't showed it on YouTube. And also some older pairs that I recently started wearing again. I actually got 8 different shoes to talk about, so without further ado, let's go. So the latest pair that I just added to my personal rotation is the JJJJOUND ASICS Gel Quantum 360 AMP. I gotta be honest, when I first saw pictures of this shoe, I really wasn't all that into it. It wasn't until last week when I was in Paris and I actually saw this shoe on feet on a couple of people, and I couldn't help but notice just how awesome they look, and that's what made me want this pair. I know every single sneaker YouTuber likes to use this word, but I'm gonna use it. These are clean. Especially on feet, these look great. This is the Gel Quantum 360 AMP, which is actually a newer model, which ASICS released to mark the 10-year anniversary of the Gel Quantum series, which was actually the first ASICS shoe to feature 360-degree gel cushioning. This JJJJOUND pair is the first one to release in this model, but there's also going to be a couple of more general release colorways dropping soon, and both of them look pretty great as well. The retail price on the JJJJOUNDs was slightly higher at 220 euros, while those upcoming pairs will be retailing for 180. What I like about this collab in particular is that unlike some previous JJJJOUND collabs with ASICS and also with New Balance, you could argue that a lot of those JJJJOUND pairs pretty much just looked like another GR colorway. This JJJJOUND pair, however, looks nothing like the regular Gel Quantum series, and also because these are so ultra minimalistic, they actually look quite different to me than even the upcoming colorways that I talked about. I was thinking about this. The shoe that really reminds me the most of this pair is actually the Adidas BW Army. Why do I say that? Well, because this shoe, even though it comes from a major sneaker brand like Adidas, it has pretty much zero branding on the shoe, which is what makes it super versatile. And similarly with these, you don't get those ASICS tiger stripes all over the side. This pair just has this super clean, super versatile look, which I really like. Also, the mesh used on this pair does seem to have bigger mesh holes on it than you typically get on the Gel Quantum series, and the gel pods at the bottom are done in like a cream color, giving the shoe kind of like a vintage look. The only branding you actually see on the shoe is at the back, and it's barely visible. On the heel you see the JJJJOUND logo there. I seem to fit differently in pretty much all ASICS sneakers, so this one I wasn't sure what to get, so I got it in my true size, and thankfully they fit perfect. I would say I have slightly wide feet, and even so these going true to size fit me perfect. To give you a point of reference, I go a half size up in some other ASICS models like the Gel Kayano 14s and the Gel NYCs, but I go true to size in other ASICS models like the Gel 1130s. With this one, definitely true to size is the right fit for me. And from a comfort point of view, I definitely noticed that these do feel a bit better than the Gel Kayano series. Especially in the forefoot area, I really like the gel cushioning on here. Super comfy shoes that you can wear all day. However, because of this colorway, guys, don't wear this to a restaurant. Don't wear this if you're, drinking some wine or eating some ketchup, for obvious reasons, of course, because I would hate to ruin these. If you have any other questions about this shoe, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna now move on to the second pair in this rotation. And this one here, I'm a bit on the fence about whether to actually keep it in the rotation or sell them, so you guys in the comments can help me out. I'm talking about the Corteiz Air Max 95's Honey Black. Now, I'm a fan of the Corteiz brand and have definitely been a fan of their previous pairs. This one here is probably, you could say, the least exciting colorway that they dropped, and that is reflected in the resale prices of this shoe. The last time I checked, they were pretty much going for around the retail price. But at the same time, I think that an all black pair of Air Max 95s is just like an absolute essential in everyone's sneaker collection, especially those of you out here in Europe. You guys can definitely agree with me. Having a pair of black Air Max 95s is essential. And this is kind of like a subtle flex version of a triple black 95, because it is not just the regular one that most people will have. It's the Corteiz version. It's got these hits of yellow. It's a if you know type of shoe. And you know me, I love my subtle flexes type of sneakers. The leather on here is great as well. They gave us some very nice premium black leather on the pair. You got that netting too around the upper, which you don't typically see on 95s. Not too much Corteiz branding. You got some on the heel, which is embroidered, the Corteiz logo. Also another one around the heel, and then you have that Alcatraz Corteiz logo, which has been embroidered onto the tongue. The yellow and black combination to me is sick. I think it looks great on this pair. You have a bit of yellow on the air bubble as well. And underneath, you also see a Corteiz logo on the outsole. I am a bit worried that I'm gonna get bored of this shoe very fast because it is, of course, a bit plain. And when it comes to the Air Max 95s, I feel like this year there are a lot of better 95s dropping, like that A Ma Maniére one, which I thought looked really good, and that upcoming Levi's Air Max 95s as well. I feel like either of those shoes are worth the money a bit more than this one. For sizing on these, with Air Max 95s, they do fit me very snug, so I always have to go up half a size, which is what I did in this pair. And yeah, going up half a size to me is the perfect fit. You might feel a little bit, just a tiny bit of heel slippage, but I think if you just tighten up the laces, you should be fine. Going true to size for me is pretty much unbearable on the 95s. And for the on feet of both of the first two shoes in this video, it is the summertime, so that's why I'm wearing these shoes with shorts in the on feet. So yeah, once again, let me know in the comments, should I keep these or should I sell them? The next shoe in this video, one of my absolute favorite pickups of the year, favorite drops period, it's gotta be the Nike SB Dunk Low Yuto Horigome, the matcha pair. I love these shoes so much that I ended up paying resale for these, which is really something I very rarely do. But I absolutely had to with this pair. It is one of my favorite dunks to release in a long time. As someone who has been for years drinking lots of matcha, way before it actually got very hyped up on TikTok, I thought it was so cool to me, the amount of detail that went into this pair, like the speckled look you see on the nubuck upper. On the heel, the material used here is made to represent the bamboo whisk that is actually used to make your cup of matcha. Also really love these light pink laces that they give you with this pair. It's such a nice looking combo, a nice looking contrast with the rest of the shoe. To me, I like these a lot more than Yuto's first collab with Nike SB. In case you're wondering about sizing with SB Dunk Lows, they do fit me very snug as well, so I do go a half size up in these. Got these in an 11.5, mainly because of the tongue of the shoe. As you guys know, the SB Dunks, they do have these very thick tongues, which forces a lot of people like myself to size up in them. Next is a pair that was actually sent over to me by a UK based brand, and I'm so happy that they did. This is the Adnitt sneaker. It's from a brand called Crown Northampton. The shoes are 100% made in the UK, and I know what a lot of you guys might be thinking. These do look like a pair of Margiela Gats. And yes, you're right. Recently I just dropped this video where I showed you guys many different alternatives to the Margiela Gats, and I even talked about these shoes on there. And what's really cool about Crown Northampton is they actually let you mix and match the midsole colors with the upper. I always wanted a pair of brown colored Margiela Gats, so I was very happy to receive this in this all over brown color. And my absolute favorite part about this shoe is that unlike most other pairs of Margiela Gats or Adidas BW Armies, this brand actually lets you buy the sneaker in a wide foot version, which those of you with wide feet are definitely gonna find super useful. I ordered this shoe in the wide size, and easily for me, it's the most comfortable pair of Margiela Gat alternatives that I've ever worn. These feel great on feet, and I'm definitely gonna be getting a lot of use out of these in the summer. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in the summertime, I also like to wear a lot of color, especially in my sneakers. So I go for some very bright options sometimes, and one of the most underrated ones I own are these. This is the Wales Bonner SL76. They actually came out last year, and for me, it was one of the most slept on Wales Bonner sneakers to ever come out from Adidas. In fact, you can even get these for way below retail right now on StockX. And these are just so sick. I mean, if you're tired of wearing Sambas and Adidas Gazelles, these are a great alternative. You still get that very low profile, slim type of vibe, which a lot of people love right now. The materials used on this were really nice as well. You get some super soft suede, some nice hairy suede on the upper. But to me, what really drew me to the shoe was the colorway. The yellow really pops. Anytime I wear this shoe, no matter what I'm wearing it with, the shoes just steal the show. The shoes make the outfit. They just look sick on feet, so I've been rocking them a lot this summer. My only complaint with this shoe, unfortunately, is that they're not the most comfortable, guys. I got them in my true size, and sizing is not really too much of an issue. They fit fine, but there's basically zero cushioning on this shoe. I really would not recommend wearing these if you're going to be going outside for more than 1 or 2 hours. They are quite narrow, and you definitely feel a bit of fatigue walking around in these. Sometimes the pain is worth it, and for me, these just look so good that they are worth wearing every now and then. Like I said, you can get these way below retail right now. Yeah, I love these. Let's move on to the next pair. One of my favorite pickups period of the year so far is easily the Bape and Adidas Superstar. I was very happy to get these for retail because at least here in Europe, these did sell out everywhere. This white and black colorway did. It also dropped in another one, a blue pair, which you can still get in some websites. Personally, I have never really been a huge fan of the Bape and Adidas collab history so far. I've thought that a lot of their previous collabs looked a bit cartoonish. However, I really like these because these from one side, they just look like a regular pair of Adidas Superstars, but on the other side, they look like a pair of Bapes does. It's like, yo bro, those are some nice Superstar. What are those? The upper features that Bape camo, but it's done in a very subtle way. It's been debossed into the upper. You have that gold Bape logo at the back, and the 3 stripes as well as the Bapesta logo are done in a patent leather. These are a sick pair. I've been wearing these a lot, and what's so cool about these is that they're a low-key pair, but also not low-key at the same time. Superstars have been making sort of a comeback this year, I would say. There was also a really nice collab with Songs for the Mute, but just like the previous Adidas pair I talked about, this one too, really not the most comfortable shoe. With the Superstar, I have to go a half size down in these because going true to size just has so much heel slippage that the shoes are just pretty much unwearable. So I went with a half size down, and yeah, even going a half size down is not perfect. What I really need is maybe like a quarter size down, but of course that doesn't exist. So going a half size down in these, it does feel maybe a bit tight. And after walking around these for a while, you're just kind of like, okay, enough. I need to wear something else. That's the thing, unfortunately, with a lot of these classic Adidas models. I think they look great. Of course, as you guys know, if you've been following my channel for a while, I'm a huge fan of them. Are they as comfy as a New Balance or an ASICS? No. But the next sneaker I'm going to talk about is in fact very comfortable, and they're one of my favorite shoes. It's the New Balance 1906L, the collab with Junya Watanabe. The 1906L, I think I was probably one of the first sneaker channels to talk about just how awesome these are. All of them are awesome, not just the Junior pairs, even the general release versions. I think they're one of the sickest sneaker hybrids we've seen, and I really put this to the test in my recent trip to Paris. This was the only pair of shoes I took with me. I was there for 3 days, and in total over those 3 days I walked almost 100,000 steps, and my feet were not tired. These were just super comfy to walk in, and based on experience, especially the leather versions of this pair, the more and more you wear it, the more and more the shoes pretty much start to feel like a glove around your feet. They fit perfect. I got these in my true size, and originally when I was wearing them, I thought that they were a bit tight, but not anymore. Now they're simply one of my go-to shoes because of how comfy they are. And I talked about this a bit in my Paris vlog. This is actually such a versatile shoe. I wore these to a couple of fashion week events. I wore these to my office, and I walked around all day in them. I mean, when it comes to versatility, this is definitely one of my favorite shoes. All right, as usual, I feel like I'm hyping up this shoe too much, so I'm gonna stop talking about them and move on to the last sneaker in this video. This was a pair that also didn't get much attention last year, but they are a dope pair from Adidas. These are the Adidas Gazelle Low collab with Clot. What's unique about this pair is that they're a perfect summertime shoe because they're made to look like a pair of espadrilles. So this shoe instantly gives off that beach vibe. It gives off that summer in Southern Europe somewhere sipping on a Negroni type of vibe. And the details on these are so nice as well because the 3 stripes are made up of all these individual beads. Never seen that before on a pair of Adidas. Surprisingly, these were very easy to get as well. And now that I've owned these for over 1 year, I can give you guys a 1 year later review. So I do have one negative thing to say about these. After wearing these for several months, the right pair started making like a squeaky noise every single step I take, and it hasn't really gone away. So I have some issues with the build quality of this shoe, but I still like the idea and the execution was great. I'm thinking of even picking up the other colorway, the blue colorway. I might put in a bid on StockX and pick one up for this summer because I just like these so much and they're very underrated. If you made it this far in the video, you're a real one. Give me a what's up JD in the comments. And of course, let me know what is your summer rotation. I'd love to hear it. And what was your favorite sneaker that I talked about? Do not forget to follow me over on Instagram. That's where I'm dropping content basically daily on my Insta stories. And thank you so much for clicking this video and for supporting my content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.